Wearing the ihram garb, I made my 7 circuits around the Kaaba. I drank from the well of Zamzam. I prayed to Allah from Mount Arafat. It was the only time in my life that I stood before the Creator of all and felt like a complete human being.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Now you may be shocked by these words, but I have eaten from the same plate, drunk from the same glass, and prayed to the same God with fellow Muslims whose eyes were blue, whose hair was blonde, and whose skin was the whitest of white. And we were all brothers, truly. People of all colors and races believing in one God, in one humanity. Each hour here in this sacred land enables me to have a greater spiritual insight into what is happening in America. The American Negro can never be blamed for his racial animosities. He's only reacting to 400 years of oppression and discrimination. But as racism leads America up the suicidal path, I do believe that the younger generation will see the handwriting on the wall, and many of them will want to turn to the spiritual path of the truth. The only way left in this world to ward off the disaster that racism must surely lead to. Once before in prison, the truth came and blinded me. Well, it has happened again. In the past, I've made sweeping indictments of all white people. And these generalizations have caused injuries to some white folks who did not deserve it.
Because of the spiritual rebirth which I was blessed to undergo as a result of my pilgrimage to the holy city of Mecca, I no longer subscribe to sweeping indictments of one race. I intend to be very careful not to sentence anyone
who has not been proven guilty.
I am not a racist.
I am not a racist. And I do not subscribe to any of the tenets of racism. In all honesty and sincerity, it can be stated that I wish nothing but freedom, justice, and equality.
I just wanna rock, body out of y'all. That's my house. Damn.
What's good, family? Welcome back to the channel, NPC The Game Live from Taiwan. Good to have you here. Back on the channel where we break down life, consciousness, and the modern day struggle hopefully in a way that's deep and fun and real, most importantly. Keeping it real. And tonight we're going to ask the question most of us have faced: does hard work actually pay off? We hear it all the time: grind harder, no days off, work until your idols or your rivals. Well, let's pause. What's the real deal with this? Is hustle culture the truth, or is it a trap? So we're going to break down the pros and the cons of hard working through the lens of my favorite, your favorite, consciousness expansion and self-awareness. So let's go. Shout out to Ankle Flame off the bat, man, with the $2 super chat. Does hard work pay off? Hank says hard work pays off if you're lucky. If you're lucky. Appreciate that, Hank. Already making me feel happy, though.
I don't know whether to shake your hand or kiss it or bow or what. I feel like breakdancing.
Yeah, thank you, Hank. Appreciate that. Shout out to Sherelle Snow. What's going on, sweet Sherelle Snow? Good to have you. Good to have you. My good friend Sherelle. Shout out Buddha in the building. My brother from another. Good to have you, my friend. Through this life we live in. Wicked, how's it going, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you. Wonderful Wicked. And the Panelverse. What's up, Holmes? Good to see you, man. Over there in the wilderness of North America. So does hard work pay off? Well, Panelverse says it hasn't for him. It hasn't paid off for him. Rockavelli, what's going on, man? We don't blame Ruck for children. I don't know what you're talking about. Go ahead, carry on. Yeah, carry on. So let's keep it 100. Hard work in general can be powerful. We all know that. Hopefully you know that by now. Hey. You know, we heard it. Discipline builds momentum, and when you commit to consistent effort, your skills start to sharpen and your confidence grows. Right. Definitely builds trust in yourself from others when they see you being consistent, right? Your employers and even the inner voice inside of you builds respect and consistency, and you start to shape an identity. Because the hard work is definitely like a mirror, and it shows you what you care about. Because you get to see who you're becoming, and I think purpose is the big thing for me when I really started to click for me about hard work. Because when you have purpose, you're not passive, and working hard towards a mission gives your life meaning and direction. It keeps your spirit in motion. And I see the consciousness tie in right there. It's when you apply effort mindfully, hard work becomes a spiritual act because you're in the moment. It's like you're aligning your will with your higher intention. Look at Tom Platz, what he's teaching and showing improvement in terms of bodybuilding and consciousness. And it's not just working for money or approval, but you're evolving yourself, right? You're evolving yourself in real time. Yeah. So we're going to look at this video, break this down, do the math on this, about this guy who says, I quit my warehouse job of 12 years and hard work gets you nowhere. That's what he thinks. Let's see what we think, though. Let's do the math. Let's do the math on this.
So the quick answer as to how I left my warehouse distribution center job. Is for the last couple years before I put my 2 weeks in, I planned my escape behind the scenes really quietly without anybody
Okay,
knowing.
plan his escape. That's
I
smart.
got my home right, my finances right, got all my debt paid off, stacked a lot of money, and had something on the side prepared before I put my 2 weeks in. And nobody knew. I didn't tell a single soul until HR 2 weeks before I quit. I was at my warehouse distribution center job for almost 12 years. Started in 2010. And well, at that time, that was a pretty good job. It was a good work environment, even though I was still loading trailers. What I was doing was I was in shipping department my entire 12 years, loading trailers full of product to be sent out to stores. Well, about year 6 into it, I ended up staying in shipping, but I put in a driving position to get on a forklift in a reach trailer or reach.
So he spent 6-7 years working on at a job, loading things into a truck and out of a truck. Wow. I give you your mental stamina, because a lot of folks that's mind numbing. Right? It was mind numbing for me just to sit in the stand in the register for so many hours checking people out. You know, while they're coming and going, you're stuck right there. So he did the front end, he did the back end. I was the front end of this system of retail. You know?
Truck. So my last 6 remaining years with the company, I was a forklift operator in shipping department. Again, you know, it was okay about year 6, but I started to see a heavy decline when management started changing, when HR started changing, and the company got bought out by another company. Now, the job was still secured, more or less, regardless. This company has been around since the early 1900s.
The old company.
So it's not going anywhere anytime soon. However, I quickly realized that the new management didn't give a shit about the team members and didn't give a shit about, you know, anything about kissing ass to corporate, which, I mean, that's should be relatively common sense about any job, right? But
Kissing ass to corporate, is that a thing for all you corporate people?
it's kind of, you know, not easy to wrap your head around when this job you've had for so long was a good job, right? It was a good job. It's not like I was going into a shitty job to begin with.
Chat, what do you think makes a good job? Let me know. Right? Is it a non-toxic environment? Is it a good pay? What is it?
Where it was a toxic work environment.
There
For
you
half
go.
my time there, it was a good job. And then slowly but surely, management crept in and started allowing really bad team members to get away with a bunch of shit. Now, I'm all for hard work. I'm all for downtime as well. You know, when you get your job done, you got a little bit of downtime. I'm cool with that. You know, I used to do the same thing. But the job always had to get done. And the unfortunate thing about it is that the new management that crept into this warehouse, into this distribution center, was so toxic that they would allow the lazy people to sit around on pallets, go for half-hour bathroom breaks, take longer regular breaks, just disappear off the floor, go talk to random girls, and a lot of the management would, you know, flirt with the team members.
What did he say? He said take half-hour bathroom breaks. Yeah. I remember those days of people yeah, people like wanting to escape work so bad that they would disappear if they're going to use the restroom or doing a project off the front end. That's how bad it was for them, right? And I guess this guy was left to do their work when that happened. Let me switch this up real quick.
So toxic that they would allow the lazy people to sit around on pallets, go for half-hour bathroom breaks, take longer regular breaks, just disappear off the floor, go talk to random girls, and a lot of the management would.
You think he was jealous? Them talking to random girls?
Flirt with the team members. They formed their own little clique. And I saw that coming a mile away, and I didn't like it. In fact, they wanted me, among a couple other hardworking individuals in the department, to take on the bulk of the work. And for a while there, I was stupid. And I did. And I found
That's good that he acknowledged the fact that he was choosing to do their work, even though it's not right or fair.
real quick.
Hey, what's going on, Cynthia? Good to see you. Shout out to Cynthia. Chicas Locas. Episode on MK Ultra yesterday. I caught that. That was great. Man, it's still out there, y'all. MK Ultras. Right? Rupert and I did the psychedelic MK Ultra, psychedelic elitism, where we talked somewhat about MK Ultra and how it's happening now. But Cynthia expanded on it even further, and Yolanda. That was dope. Yeah, so let's get Cynthia's channel in the chat. Nobody likes that guy. Yeah, I don't think so either. Right? I don't think anybody likes him. It's like a male Karen.
That I'm doing more work for the same amount of pay. I'm doing their work while they're slacking off and doing nothing while I'm getting paid the same amount of pay. No promotion, no extra money, no this or that. The company started slowly going downhill. No incentives to come into work, no incentives for a lot of things. And I'm probably preaching to the choir with probably 99% of jobs out there. And hold on, I'm not just bitching, okay? I'm going somewhere with this about how I got out of it and why I.
Okay, we'll let you bitch and ruminate. Just, yeah, as long as there's a purpose, right? Here's a point when you're telling one of these stories. Have a point, right?
I think you should too. The company, the management got so bad from top down that my wife.
Yeah, we're just on the resetting the topic. This is NBC The Game Live. Does hard work pay off, right? And we're just talking about, how hard work does pay off because, you learn discipline and people see you and respect you at work, right? And whatnot. However, we're seeing some of the cons, and then we're reviewing in the video and decoding it of this man's. It says, "I quit my warehouse job 12 years ago. Hard work gets you nowhere." And he's telling his narrative about how he worked very hard, and a lot of the dudes were taking long breaks, and the management wouldn't do anything about it when there was a ownership change. And these men were flirting with the other workers and whatnot. Almost sounds like a dog whistle I'm getting of, like, he's talking about young YNs, young black dudes, right? That's what I'm getting. He's feeling some type of way. Yeah, hard work does pay off. It does, but in what context? The context this guy's saying, I think he's talking about is like he's working hard, but for who? He's getting no return of what he's putting out. Kind of like what a true simp is in terms of a romantic relationship. A man who just gives and gets barely anything back in return. He's working hard, but is it really paying off? Right? Working hard, but is it paying off?
Actually worked there too for almost 20 years. She got me in. She worked there for 20 years. I was there for 12. She was there for 20. And
his wife was
she
there
even
20
saw
years.
it because she put in to be a manager. Now, like I said, she doesn't have any, no bad attendance, no write-ups, no nothing. Squeaky clean, history with the company for 20 years. I had squeaky clean attendance across the board, and no strikes on me, no write-ups or nothing. I was a hard worker, I thought, and she was a hard worker. We got stuff done. And and it's just unfortunate that the management, even though my wife wanted to become a manager at one point, they were promoting the wrong people.
So you're saying the management was promoting the wrong people, which happens a lot of times, right? They got their head up their culo. Okay.
It was the women that was going around sleeping around with the other managers and that were wearing hoochie shit were getting promoted.
So do you think that the management is actually looking for the women wearing hoochie outfits and sleeping around? Do you think they were consciously doing that? Or either way, it doesn't matter. If it's happening, right? Doesn't seem fair, right?
And my wife obviously ain't like that.
He said, obviously, we never seen your wife. The only way we get to judge your wife is off of you, sir. And I don't see her being a hoochie. I see her more being more like that mother on South Park. Kyle's mother, huh? What? Yeah.
And so she put in for manager 3 fucking times. 3 fucking times she put in for manager.
Yeah, I mean, let's go. Let's Ruck, Cynthia. Let's y'all welcome. Let's talk about it. Tell me about your corporate experience or your work experience. Does hard work pay off?
And they denied her every fucking time. Meanwhile,
that's her Sheila Bobrovsky. What? That's what I'm getting the vibes, the picture in my mind of this man's wife who didn't get promoted.
They're promoting women that are sleeping around, women that are flirting with.
What's up, Oracle? Good to see you, Heems Alexander. So they're promoting. This is a video about this man. He quit his job because he feeling that hard work at that job wasn't getting him nowhere. And now he's talking about his wife worked hard for 20 years at that same job, was never promoted. The hoochies, as he says, were promoted.
3 fucking times she put in for manager.
3 times she put in for manager. 3 freaking times. 3 freaking times she put in for manager. Hey, what's up? What's up, Cynthia?
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good.
What's happening?
Good. Chilling.
Yeah. I'm gonna MK Ultra you guys. Right now.
Don't do it. You got to get the music going, and you got to get the.
Oh, I have it. This is why we do this.
Going. I started thinking of yoga retreats, and is that somehow the same thing?
No, but you started thinking of MPC.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh.
Why do you think I do what I do? Right?
I just love.
I got you. Anyway, let's go. I'm trying to shut this shit off.
Oh.
Yeah. So MK Ultra is wild. It's everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And it's at your job even. What's up, Ruck? What do you think about this? What do you think about this dude? He's a beauty, right?
Wait a minute. The first thing I want to say is this MK Ultra stuff. I've been working on this stuff for a while. Can you drop the link to what y'all did last night? Because I missed it,
and I
gotta go back and do my homework.
Yeah,
I have it in the chat. I have it right here. I put the link. See, I read your mind. What's up, Cynthia and Yolanda? Chicos Locas number 10. Right, Echoes of MK Ultra. Are we still being programmed? That's it right there. That's it.
I've started looking at some YouTube content creators differently.
Yeah.
And thinking, hey, But I don't want to get off subject and change it because you have a great subject tonight. And as someone who's been at my job 10 years, I definitely I worked hard in the beginning, but at some point I learned to work smarter and make it work for me as well as I work for the company.
That's smart. That's smart. What you just said was just to relate it to what I saw last night. I was listening to this weightlifting coach of this champion we have in Taiwan, this Olympic champion. He was saying like his whole thing with her is to make her body work smarter and not as hard, right? Like faster and stronger. But the way to do that, he says, is to work smarter. You know, I mean, faster and stronger is to work smarter.
Right.
That's what it's about, right? That's really the key. Yeah.
And so, well, for me, in order to learn to work smarter, I needed to learn myself. Like our bodies have a natural rhythm. I have a natural peak of energy when I first wake up. I know when I'm gonna be at a low state, and I know when I'm gonna have my second burst of energy.
Right. You know yourself. That's working smarter. And shout out to you, Cynthia, for the very generous super chat.
I felt the need. I just felt like this hypnotic mind control need to do it.
I mean, yeah. And also too, when you do that, I don't have to turn. I don't have to turn into this.
Thank you all. Your love has broken the curse and freed my soul. I'll never have to kill again. Really?
Yeah, I don't have to. That's why I don't get my Snickers.
You say that like you got a soul. That's funny.
Oh.
I mean, me? Oh, wow. I have a spirit at least, huh? Yeah. We'll talk about that tomorrow when we're doing the Yakub show tomorrow. Everyone about people having souls and spirits. That should be a good one tomorrow.
Be a good show.
Yeah. But one more. Let me get this rock before we go to
teaser.
you.
That was a great teaser, NBC.
You like that?
Babe, yeah, good tease.
Getting you ready. Priming you. Who said? Oh, Clue was here. DJ Clue Studios. Salute NPC. Salute to you, brother. I appreciate that. Very generous. Yeah, man.
My nigga.
Yeah, that's right. What's going on, Mike? Yeah, so Ruck, what do you think about? Thank you, Clue. What did you think about working hard in terms of the job, JOB?
Working hard for a JOB. Most of my life, I had 2 or 3 jobs going on. When I wasn't in college, I usually had an on-campus job and an off-campus job, even though at times I was on various scholarships, because I went to various colleges for various reasons. But I still felt I had to work. I had to work my ass off, man. Just to be able to afford a pizza and to be able to take a girl out on a date.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even brought my own car with me, traveling multiple states to go to college, and still I had to have multiple jobs to take a girl on a date. So when what is the big question? Do we want to work? Yeah, we got to work. What do you want? Do you want to live? Do you want to live in a cardboard box, or do you want to be able to go out and do things with friends? Do you want to be able to save up money and go see your favorite band or travel? I mean, work does pay off. There are
right, it does.
Where are you going to meet people? Where are you going to meet the people that are going to help you become a better human being if you're not out there interacting? And what is your best chance of growth through interaction that brings you money?
Well, yeah. I think you're absolutely right. Who's going to argue with it? Hard work? I mean, of course it is. However, I think the more accurate question would be phrased as hustle culture, hard work. Like because a lot of times people are working hard at their job, even if they like it or dislike it. Most of the time they don't like it, but they get burnout is real, right? nonstop grind culture, and it glorifies you being exhausted, and you're not able to even go to that concert you're talking about and experience. It's almost you're like disconnected from joy sometimes, though, when you go too hard.
I might be the wrong person to try to couch the question that way because I have always been fearless. I mean, you fail a lot in life. And the first time I failed and I stood back up again, nobody was laughing at me. Nobody was pointing at me. So I felt free to try again at something else or at something new. And then I got, I was fearless. I tried most things I ever wanted to try. And of course, you're not going to succeed at all of them. But every time you fail, you grow, you learn, you grow, you learn. So to me, there's no such thing as hard work being a bad choice.
Really? Okay. That's thank you for sharing that. But I think that like if you're working hard and it's like you're not getting any results off of it, it's like kind of a waste of time.
Move on.
It's time to move on. Well, that's what we're getting on. This is what
right?
This is what the gentleman was saying. I think the whole title was like he worked 12 years. Okay. It took him 12 years to figure that out, though. And I think for the last 7 is when. Hold on one sec. Hold on. I don't know. I don't know, but that is the smart thing to do. Is to look in the mirror, right? But obviously, he said it in the beginning. I don't know if you caught it, the video where he said he was comfortable, and it was a good job. Even though he started to see these signs on the wall on the halfway through year 6, he saw the signs, but he kept doing the shit, right? And like busting his ass.
To me, that's on him. Year 6, yeah, it might be comfortable, but when you start seeing the signs on the wall, that's when you start prepping your resume, bro. That's on him.
Yeah.
That's on him for not knowing when to grow and move.
And he did get out of it. This is why he's made the video on and he said he was saving his money, getting his career ready, his next career ready before he left, playing it safe. And I get it. Sometimes you're right. Some people should leave right away, but for whatever reason, I guess in the bigger picture, God wanted him to experience these things a little longer, maybe. Because a lot of times people just keep doing the same thing if they don't hit rock bottom. So maybe it took him a little longer to see that, but he finally moved on. And shout out to Clue again, $5, very generous. Dang.
Rock on, Clue.
Thank you, Clue, Mr. Clue.
I don't know whether to shake your hand or kiss it or bow or what. I feel like breakdancing.
On behalf of that young man, I mean, it's not for everyone to feel free to risk everything all the time. Some people are raised with a sense of a need for a certain foundation or security. My parents tried to raise me with that, but it didn't work for me. For me, I just had to try what I had to try. So I think I was kind of fearless, but I always wished I was that person that could go to work at 9 o'clock in the morning and come home at 5 o'clock in the evening and have my shit together and be satisfied and be happy. I've never been able to be that person. So when I look at this guy's plight and this guy's adventure, to me, it's all question marks over my head. It's like, how can you get trapped in a life like that?
I call him because I worked in the grocery business for many years, the union job, and like he'll say, even union jobs kind of suck nowadays, a lot of them, and he's what I would call a lifer. We used to call these people that like all they do is do their, at least the way we perceive it, because who knows in the end what they're doing after work, but like they seem like all they do is their drone hand job here, and they have nothing really else going on in their life, no hobbies, no art. Nothing, no physical fitness. All they do is just do their work and are just almost like an NPC, what one would consider an NPC, right? And then when you're in that mode, it's kind of hard to zoom out and see the bigger picture and have ambition to do other things.
This isn't going to be a popular choice, but a lot of people feel like they have steps that they have to accomplish. Step one, graduate. Step two, career. Step three, marriage. Step four,
hey Mike,
parenthood. And I often feel that parenthood too young traps people into a position to where I have no choice but to make X amount or more a year because I made choices when I was younger that I'm not happy with now.
Sure.
Yeah, right. You're locked in. Thank you, Snow, for putting that up. And then Mike, here's Mike's.
Hi, Mike.
Oh, that's
Good
for
to
Mike.
see you, brother.
That's for
Hi,
Mike.
Mike.
What's up, Mike? How's it going, man? What you got
Salute.
for us?
And that's a great analogy, right? And so I'll tell you my personal story. This is not a troll. I was 23 and I met a woman who was the most beautiful one in the world. Okay. And she was
Cynthia.
3 years old. No, her name was
It's right
Terry.
here.
She was 3 years older than me, right? And she had 3 children from her one marriage. I took on 3 kids at 23. And thank God I am the master of the universe. And I could make money. I could take care of, but a lot of men aren't ready for that. You know,
Right.
but everybody was like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. I come from money, but I earn money. You know, so the whole thing is that when I met her, we had our son 1 year later. So I had 4 children at 24 years old. That's the twilight of your life. Like you're supposed to be out banging.
No, we call that beautiful. We call that the beautiful year. I remember I told a girl I was 23 or 24. She was like, "Oh yeah, you're in the beautiful time. This is the beautiful time."
I showed a picture of me when my son was, I was the most handsome dude ever. Like literally, I could be out slaying, but I chose to have a family. I chose that. That was my choice. But it is very taxing. But a lot of men can't handle it. You know, they can't handle that financial obligation. But not every man is able to make 6 figures. Just imagine this.
Did you?
I could never handle that kind of responsibility at that age ever. My hat is off. That's what I said. I wish I could handle that kind of responsibility.
There's a lot of responsibility. Yeah.
Mike,
Cynthia?
Yeah.
Thank you. Did you come from a 2-parent household? Your mother and your father and your grandparents, were they still together?
Sure. So I came from, I'm a child of divorce, but I had a very, very strong stepfather, very strong. So it was like he stepped in, when my parents divorced, because my parents divorced when I was 4 years old.
And when did he enter into your life, your stepfather?
At 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he was there the whole time. The greatest man I've ever known. And I emulated him into being a good stepfather for these other children. I piggybacked off of what he did for me, for them.
Now, in terms of to bring it back to the topic, like what kind of work did he do?
Sure, it's great. So he actually owned a studio, a music studio.
Wow.
Yeah. So, they weren't wealthy, but they weren't hurting. They were like I would say, as we would say back in the day, upper middle class, upper middle class. Not rich, but not poor.
So people would rent out the studio time.
Oh yeah.
Because my thing is I'm trying to get to. I was going to ask you this too about in terms of, because the question is, does hard work pay off? But in the context of working a job, right? Or now he owned his business, and I'm assuming as a person who was a business owner myself, like a lot of times we work more than we would have when we work for somebody else. More hours, harder, whatnot. Now, for you, Mike, did you ever like put in way more than you got back in any of the jobs you had over the years?
Yeah.
Or the panel in general?
I remember this. I remember when I went into car sales. Okay. Because I did it for some years, and I remember making $127,000 in 2006.
Nice.
Okay. And I was and I owed the government like $5,000. The more you make, the more they take. That's the truth. And let me tell you something. I have never been happier when I was 19 going to Dollar Movie Night at Regal Cinema, sneaking in goobers and Raisinets. I've never been happier.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun experience.
Money doesn't buy you love, bro. It doesn't. It corrupts you. It corrupts you. Because the more you make, the more you want to make more and more and more. It's
the hustle culture.
Right.
Yeah, hustle culture. Cynthia, for you, you said that like the first couple years of your couple years of your job, you're working really hard, but now you're working smart. Are the people taking care of you though?
Yeah, absolutely. And what I mean by working smart is it's a give and take. Okay, you need someone to fill this shift. I need to come in late on next week. So it's kind of a give and take, so I can balance out my personal life and my work life.
That's perfect, because that's my consciousness tie-in, which I'm always trying to do in these broadcasts. Is it like, because if you work hard, if you're working hard is disconnected from your soul's calling, it actually becomes slavery and almost like a spiritual treadmill.
Cynthia,
right?
Cynthia, the hardest thing to do is wear your emotions on your sleeve. It's really hard because you want to accept people and you want to talk to people and conversate with people. People know about my whole life, right? I was a conservative piece. I was an officer, and literally I would buy people hot dogs. Like kids would come in, I'd buy them hot dogs. I hey, you want some chips? So it's like, there are certain people that are saviors just from their soul. You're not jumping in front of a cannon, but you're giving your heart to people. And I think what I've noticed lately.
What's up, Wheels? How's it going?
Everybody tell me if I'm wrong. There are people that are so vicious and so disgusting. Like any good deed you do, they want to break it down. And that's what I've been noticing lately. Like the world is getting crappier and crappier. What do you think?
Yeah. What? Oh yeah, definitely getting crappier. And this is why I wanted to bring this guy up, because this is a good segue to bring it back to this video about this guy. Yeah, how it's getting crappier at work. Tell me. We'll watch a little bit of this and tell me what you guys think about this.
And they deny her every fucking time. Meanwhile, they're promoting women that are sleeping around, women that are flirting with other managers, wearing hoochie shit, running equipment off the dock, and doing all these just tons of shit that they don't even know what the fuck they're doing. But somebody who dedicated 20 fucking years to your company with a squeaky
He's talking about his
record.
wife. Not only was he feels like he was fucked over, but his wife was passed over for promotions because she wasn't a whore, as he says.
Who's been in all other departments, every other fucking department. She
What's up,
knew the
Markella?
work
Good
of
to
every
see
other
you.
fucking department. You turned her down 3 fucking times. And you hire the hookers of the company. Or you promote the hookers of the company.
You guys experienced stuff like that before? Or is this guy just like, he's just blame scapegoating or what? What's going on here, guys?
Sure. No. I witnessed this a lot of times working in like law enforcement or working like in jail systems and stuff. There are women that will throw themselves at men.
Right.
They're unhappy at home, so they're looking for some kind of acceptance. And this is the biggest problem. And I'm not putting any woman down, but what some women do is that they seek acceptance in something sexual. That's how they get acceptance. They throw it at you. Here it is. You know, and a woman should know her worth. A woman is the only thing in the world that can produce our children. A woman should know her worth. But the problem is some women get too embellished in creation. They get, you know, they get cocky. Listen, a man and a woman should be 50-50. But have I seen this before? Yes, I have. I've seen women throw themselves at men thousands of times. Go ahead.
I mean, well, we may, I've seen it too, but we may think they're throwing themselves, but what they actually can be doing is just showing what God gave them too. You know,
utilizing their
using exactly right, using their assets.
Right.
That's it. Yeah.
Can I tell you?
I mean, I can get mad at them in a sense, like because like I'm not a woman or whatever. I don't really think about being a woman, but I'll try to do it right now. Like shit, I could see like putting a button down here and there on the shirt. I don't know, but like I'm not mad at them for it though. Yeah. Go ahead.
You want to hear a great story? I'll tell you a great story.
As long as it's brief, please, and on topic. Yeah, because trying to get through the.
I was dating. I was my son's mother, which I was with for 11 years. Her best friend came over, knocked on my door in a little skanky dress.
Okay,
dancing
I like this story.
Right? I'm bro. I swear to God, this is true. I'm not lying. And she looked fine, bro. She looked fine, bro. I'm 22 years old. I'm 22 years old, right? So I could smash this, no problem. But I'm like
I
no.
Smash it at 47.
Because I had feelings for my son's mom. I asked her to leave. I asked her to leave, and she left. So what I'm trying to say is that men listening, if you have feelings for a female, if you have a relationship, don't fall for the trap. The trap of you know what. Just don't fall for it, bro. Because you know what? It may be great. You may bang it out. You may have 60 minutes of fun, but it can ruin your entire life. But it happened to me. Bro,
right.
She looked fine.
Yeah,
bro, she was hot, bro. I mean, she looked good. Yo, she had a silver sequin dress on. And I opened the door and she went like this. She like put her hands up. She started dancing. I'm like, what the fuck? What is going on right now? Like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. Well, she's ready, as we used to say.
Oh,
she was on a mission.
She was on a mission for some pishing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but I denied it, and I'm so glad I did because it would have I'll say this: if I would have hit it, right? She would have told my baby's mom about it, and my son would have never been born.
Yeah.
So my decision,
even if he was born, it's kind of embarrassing, kind of shameful. I would think for a son to be like, "Hey, man, my dad like fucking around in the house."
I mean, if it's after the fact, it's a different thing, bro. But like, she was trying to get me to go there, you know, because she apparently, allegedly, she was the kind of person that would try to derail relationships. There are some women out there that if they see people happy, they try to derail it.
Absolutely.
You know, because they're unhappy. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. And it happens at work too. We've seen it before.
Absolutely, at work. You know, earlier backtracking on what you were saying, MPC, when you were talking about the hustle mentality. Unfortunately, that mentality and other either whether it be social anxiety, neurodivergent, being on the spectrum to some level. Some people can't work a 9-to-5 job. I recently started hanging out with my neighbor, and she's like, I want to work, but my mind, I can't sit still. I can't focus like that.
Yeah.
So she's
that's
an
going to be
artist.
coming more and more, Cynthia.
It is.
With the cultures of the watching the YouTube
Right.
shorts and reels, it programs
Right.
us for instant gratification. We can't concentrate. And the job, you need to have concentration.
Right. And
That's
so that's hurting the workforce. And even when you see TV shows like the one that's on Hulu, where it makes you look like your job is a jail cell, you know, it's just bleak, and you're in
Black Mirror
repetition. Yeah, and you're in repetition every day, and you're just bored and doing nothing.
NBC.
Well, then that's when you have to say to yourself, hey, I'm not happy here, but I still need a roof over my head. What am I good at? What can I do? And that's what I mean by working smarter.
That's smart, Cynthia. Like, so working on your skills so you can transition once you find a job or I mean a way to make money off those skills you learned. That way you can transition. But I don't think it's smart to quit. You're not saying this, but like to quit like right away. Just quit. Be like, nah. Even if you don't have a family, I mean, you need money, right?
To eat. And I like a roof over my head.
So yeah, I think the whole thing about being passionate about what you're doing, then there's not enough hours in the day to work. You know, it's like before when I would go to work, I clock in, and as soon as I clocked in, I would think like I can't wait till I leave. You know, whereas when I'm editing or I'm doing a live stream, I'm like, oh man, I wish there was more time. You know, wish there was more time. I'm passionate about it.
Me personally, I have a very strange personality. I'm half Cancer, half Leo. So I attack, but I love people, but I also attack. So you're right. So some people don't always fit into this crazy thing called life. You know, they don't always fit in. But I can tell you this, everyone up here, I wish everybody nothing but the best. I never wish harm on people. But there's people out here on this realm that get joy out of hurting people. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's the second time you brought it up, and you brought it up before. It's like, don't talk about them then. Like we get it. And those people don't really come around here, and if they do, like I'll fuck them up, man, digitally. So don't worry.
Saying,
but obviously it's bothering you because you brought it up. And I can understand how it would, because there are a lot of mean people out there, mean-spirited people.
NPC as a case study, to me it's fascinating. It's just a fascinating topic. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I actually couldn't find anything, because I've noticed when I've talked about those type of people on my streams in the beginning and then gone to the educational stuff like we're doing now, I get way more people. When I talk about the drama, and I was asking Buddha, I'm like, is there anything happening yet in the Panelverse today? He's like, no, I haven't. It's been kind of calm, but usually you're right, Mike. There's some crazy shit going on Kane's, fucking Tarek. The ugly dude? What's his name? Cynthia?
Tarek, yeah.
Like there's always something going on. Yeah, but
that's that. What do you feed your mind? What do you feed yourself? And so I'm not saying don't ever be a part of the drama, but there has to be that balance. There has to be a balance if you want to have a balanced life.
Cynthia, I wouldn't even say balance. I would say like a balance is 50-50, right? I would say like maybe like 20-80.
Well, you don't look at it like a balance of 50-50. Look at it like, if I'm doing something bad this long, how can I react it with something good or healthy? That's the way I look at it with my job. I give y'all 40 hours a week. Am I spending 40 hours a week on me? And that's not even my passion on making sure my home is clean, making sure I'm cooking good food for myself. And I really
my God, look at this guy in the back. You're right. Yeah, you got to keep it balanced. We got a mean person right here.
Hey,
It's one of these
Wizard.
mean. It's been a minute. I almost didn't recognize you, Keith.
Fading away.
Good to see you.
What's up, kids?
Does everyone believe that there's validity into when it gets hot out? Like when it's hot and humid, people get more angry. Do you believe?
Yes,
like,
Mike. Yeah. You got a heat wave going on right in the wilderness of North America right now, right? Everyone's talking about the heat. Yeah.
My friend owns a funeral home, and he said in the last month he's buried 18 bodies that were shot over 6 times.
Whoa!
Right? They're not just shooting the once
6
anymore.
times.
They were shot, and that's not including all of the bodies. I'm just saying 18 that was shot over 6 times. And he said it's the heat.
That's crazy. Huh? It is the heat. What about the heat? Keith, Ruck, Wheels. What is it, Mike? What is it?
I
What's
don't
up,
know.
Lady Luck? Godheart?
We're getting storms with it right now.
Yeah. So you get humidity then, right? If you're getting storms and heat, trying to be like Taiwan over there, huh?
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's blazing out here right now. It's blazing for the Blasians. Hotep, as Keith would say. Yeah. So we're watching this, Keith. We're watching this video, about this guy. He quit his warehouse job after 12 years. He felt like he was getting screwed over by his company, not appreciating. And then now he's talking about how his wife happened. The same thing happened to him. So, trying to
slap in the fucking face. Man. What a slap in the fucking face.
What? Oh.
He's smoking a pipe? What? Probably not even weed in there, poser.
But it was just, I got tired of being used.
I heard that,
I
right?
got so tired of being used for what? For no incentive whatsoever other than to work more harder, catch other people's red lights. It was like red light fucking district dumping that motherfucker.
You worked at the warehouse.
For some of y'all who don't know what red light means is that the conveyor belts have so much product on them that it's getting backed up. That I ended up having to go up to these red lights because other lazy motherfuckers weren't doing their job.
Yeah.
And it's like the lane exploded and fucking boxes are falling off the fucking line and shit. And I'm trying to go in there and fix their shit.
Why?
Taking on the responsibility of the managers and some of their work.
Okay,
right.
I'm
Good question.
Why are you doing this, sir?
What do you
I'm
guys
seeing
think?
some serious stuff here. One of the things I'm seeing is what the last job I had that was in a factory where we were manufacturing things and putting things out on the line. Most of the people didn't give a shit. They had a quota. If they knew they were on their quota, nothing else mattered. They did not give a darn. And I think this guy saw a lot of that. And I think this guy is one of these people that when he steps into something, he picks it up, he groks it immediately. I figured it out. I need a new challenge. He wasn't fed a new challenge. He got into the wrong industry. He was not fed a new challenge.
Yeah.
He was stuck behind these people that didn't give a damn. They're like, I work hourly. I'm going to get paid the same no matter what.
Yeah, right.
This guy wanted to grow.
If you're asking me, he has a very feminine energy. The problem is that a lot of these men, they're feminine. Like he's feminine.
Okay.
Why are you complaining about something? Like literally, dude, pull up your bootstraps and go to work. He seems like
stilettos.
That's what he's doing.
That's the other part. He's right. He's right. He's right. This guy did not know how to. This guy did not know how to go to lunch with everybody and get along.
Yeah.
This is. I'll go in. I'll go in. This is the kind of guy that's never been punched in the face. You know what I'm saying? He's a woman. He's a woman. He's a P word. He's a P word. You know what I'm saying? If you No. This guy is feminine, bro. I guarantee he wears heels on Thursdays.
No.
Mean person.
Guarantee he wears heels on Thursdays.
He has the strong desire to be the
Go ahead, Sid.
helper, I'm gonna save everything, and he's
Mhm.
creating this own stress. He created that. He's taking
Overthinking.
on the role of the manager voluntarily.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Cynthia, I'm gonna tell you something from an alpha male
Part of
view.
it is because
Oh, shit.
of his youth. When he was in high school, he thought he was smarter than everybody else, and nobody
Mhm.
listened to him. Nobody ever gave him any credit for anything.
Yeah,
He's
right,
been
right.
that guy
Exactly.
his whole life. He thinks he's smarter than everybody, and nobody will listen to this one.
He's this guy.
I just love breaking the emotions and the spirit of stupid people. When you
this is
break the
business.
mind, the body follows. That's why. When you own somebody's mind, their body follows.
What? Stop playing with him, y'all. I don't
This
know.
guy,
Wizard.
so
He seems like
so-
a P though. You're right, Mike.
So what you
I
just
gotta
said is
agree
that
with
he is exactly what he's an entitled white boy who's probably an incel
Okay.
who wants to judge everyone
Damn.
else, but he can't judge himself. This guy is soft as
It took him 12 years
tissue.
though to do it, to finally judge himself. Oh, you think he still's not judging himself, even though he left?
I don't think
He
he,
never
was
will.
judging himself. He's doing it at another job. He's finding
Yeah.
the areas that they're weak at that need improvement, and he's gonna do it, and then he's gonna rub it in your face. He did it.
Well, he should be quality control then, right? That'd be a good fit for him if he wants. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He needs to find what he's good at, what he's a
Mhm.
perfectionist
He
at.
should be
This
in
is
the
what I
Air
mean
Force.
by work smarter.
In the Air Force.
In the Air Force, okay. Wheels, are you there? I haven't heard from you yet. Everything good? Okay. Mean person, Keith, big bro. You stepped away too?
Nope, I'm
Okay.
here.
Yeah. What do you think about this situation, big bro?
Well, in what aspect?
I mean, just this guy. He's talking about. So the question is, does hard work pay off in the context of working at a job that you don't feel like you're being valued?
Definitely not, because if you don't feel you're being valued, then you push for that value, and instead of getting the value, most often you get kicked out, or you're forced to leave because you just don't get the value.
Yeah, but his situation is interesting because he's such a tool that the company's getting so much use out of him that they don't want to let him. They don't want to let him go.
Yeah,
he had to actually finally leave himself. He finally left himself after 12 years. Yeah.
Well, that makes me want to ask, what does he want to be when he grows up? He wants to be a school star? What do you want to be when you grow up? A fucking cubicle? What?
Well,
corporate is not that much better, right? I mean, I haven't worked corporate, but I heard it's not that. It's not worse in a lot of ways. What's up, Lindsay? Oh, you do, Cynthia?
Yeah. So I think part of this is knowing your worth, like in real life and in your business life. And when I went and was applying for jobs, they weren't interviewing me. I was interviewing them to see if this was even a company I would be like, do they deserve me? Because I know my worth as an employee. Meaning I'll show up for work on time. I'm not going to be calling sick. I'm going to finish my task. And if there's more time, I'm not going to lollygag around. I'm going to continue to keep it flowing. So I know your worth.
Right. I actually I have a job that I'm actually feel the most valued I ever have in all the jobs I've had over the years. And because of that, in the 2 years I've worked there, like I've never even missed a day or even considered it, because like it's like, first of all, it's a small team, and then the owners of the business, they're pretty cool, man. So it's like if someone, I realize if I see, we wouldn't have this problem like this guy's having, because at our school, at our academy, if someone's slacking, it's going to affect everybody. And we'll let you know though. Somebody's gonna say something probably. But it doesn't even go there, because we already know that like it's such a small unit that we have to, it has to be teamwork, you know. So yeah. Where Mike left. Okay. See you later, Mike. So yeah, let's get back on this and make sure, Wheels, are you there? One more time, Wheels, are you there? Are you there, Wheels? Okay.
To get their workload, some of their workload off their back, so their managers and their IOs.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you met one of a friend to the show, Cynthia, Max Extreme. Have you ever met him before? What's going on, Max Extreme?
He's actually came to my panel once, and now
Really?
apparently him and I are in a relationship, according to
other
people. It's amazing. So if you come to my panel, be prepared for us to start dating.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. You're making all the other guys jealous.
I was
They're back.
So it took
In the
Max
meantime, half
Extreme to
those
get
motherfuckers
Wheels
are
to
standing at the
speak up
computer and
finally.
doing
Oh yeah, exactly. Hey, thank you, Rockavelli.
My system likes to mute my microphone, and I didn't realize.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wheel's sister. Come on now.
You're blaming it on the sister. I was thinking it's
System.
Oh, it's not like you said sister.
Good, Max.
I'm the oldest of two kids.
sister. My bad.
Unless my brother is hiding something, no, I don't have a sister.
He's hiding something. Yeah. Wheels. What are your thoughts about this dude? Look at that. Look how I paused.
He needs to grow the fuck up. He needs to grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because if anybody is a byproduct of hard work pays off, that's me.
Yeah. Yeah.
17 years on the fire department. First 10 years I was there, I was the only female. I had to put in the hard work to earn the respect of my brothers on that process. I showed up for every meeting, every maintenance night, everything. I put in the time and the hard work. This guy wants a handout. He don't want a hand up. He wants a handout.
It seems like he's self-sabotaging.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. With that said, like with all the weirdness and like unattractive behavior this man displays, the message though, overall message is like, if you're not comfortable somewhere, you need to take steps to move and have a plan. You shouldn't just loaf, because I did that myself. I was guilty of that. I had to learn my lesson. 10 years in a job where I did not like it. I felt comfortable and all that shit, but it was like soul crushing. Yeah, but it took me a while. But yeah, this guy's I don't know why he's still complaining though the way he is. Just the tone. It's like a Karen or something.
Shit.
Just as a guy, I feel like you have to find your place. You try it for a few months. If it doesn't work for you, move on. Find something else to do. Find
Very
where
good
you
advice.
fit. Don't stay in the same place for a million years and hate everyone else because you're in the wrong place.
Right.
Yeah. Those are those people you see at the customer service jobs is the worst. It's like, if you don't like it, just move on, man. You know what I mean? It's like not only our coworkers have to experience their toxic behavior, but us customers have to.
You can go work the fryer for a month, then we'll move you back to the window at Jack in the Box. Relax.
Well, and most people don't get that you can be creative, particularly in today's modern world with all of its advances, technologies and things, and start your own thing.
Yeah, you're right. Life's too short to be miserable, for sure, Lindsay. I agree. Yeah, and then you supposedly you kicked Tormax or Cynthia.
I did, because he was off topic. He was asking me.
I see.
And I think we were covering the Las Vegas thing. The Las Vegas shooting.
This guy in the video just reminds me of, hey brother, you should have left a long time ago.
He worked there for what, 12 years?
Else's fault.
But
12 years.
Yeah,
6 years he realized red flags.
He
Did
should
another
have left
6.
there 11 years ago then.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he learned the lesson, and just like you, NPC, shared your story, I'm sure you learned the lesson about not being in the place you're not, and you've never made that mistake before.
No way.
Again,
yeah. No way. Like what Ruck just said in the span of that one sentence, he says, if you couple months, if you don't like it, move on. Like if somebody would have burned that in my head, like that would have saved me a lot of times, but for whatever reason, I know that lesson, it's embedded in my soul, basically at this point.
If you stay in the wrong place, it will change who you are. Do
Yeah.
you want that to happen? Do you need to change? I mean, this
Yeah.
is up to each
Well-
and every one of us as an individual. But to me, he stayed so long, it changed
Yeah.
him.
M-
It
my
tainted
job.
him, man.
My job, well, the change is good. I think, like especially the change I'm going through right now, because actually tomorrow's my last day of class, and it'll be my second full year teaching here, and it changed me in a way where it's like I'm having to
See,
deal with
this-
different personalities and being more organized and prepared and stuff like that, which is a good
change
thing.
you want. This is the change
Yeah.
you want. He was
Yeah.
changed in a way that he did not recognize as it was happening, and I don't think he likes who he is now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just sits in his car and makes YouTube videos. Hopefully, he gets paid or something.
Get a
No,
nose
I wouldn't
job
put
and
that
drop
one. Oh,
50
fuck that.
pounds.
I didn't mean to put that one up there.
I'm
But,
offended by the nose job.
yeah, I never heard that one. You've heard the other ones, like you said, like yeah, but like that's a new one. That's a new one,
Right? Like, oh
whatever
my
he said, he
God.
can't say nothing about your hair. That
Yeah,
shit's velvet.
The other thing that I sense
You're
in
welcome.
him though too is he might be one of these guys that no matter where he goes,
Uh-huh.
he thinks he knows how to do it better, and
Right.
everybody else is less than.
Right.
Right.
That's what it seems like is happening right there. What's up to Vengeful Truther? Good to see you, man. Good to see
What
you,
up,
bro.
Paul?
We'll
Happy
do more days. Oh, Paul's on there.
Paul
that
Enslaved.
is the
Happy
Enslaved
New
one.
Year.
Wow. Let's read that. Hard work pays off. If you're good at what you do, if you're not, hard work pays you off by getting you good at what you do. Yeah. Paul definitely, I think he spoke on this the times I've heard him. Like he's good at what he does, which is streaming and sharing his philosophy of life. He's really good at it. And I assume he's making, money and connections off it. So that's good. Yeah, I agree. Today Paul had an interesting conversation with some dude. I was listening to it. Like I assume he was a brother, right, talking. But it was interesting what they were talking about. Shout out to Paul Enslaved.
Walking around, not helping, flirting around with other team members.
That was kind of
Sitting in their
confusing,
fucking
Paul.
office.
He's
Paul, that was
patrolling
kind of confusing.
everybody. This guy's
I get your point,
patrolling
Paul.
the job. He's
This guy's
making notes,
damn.
checking
His
it
wife.
twice.
He's Santa Claus. Gotta find out
They
who's
clocked
lazy
in
and
at,
nice. Not
they
nice.
clocked in at 8:05. I saw him. Here, I took a
guy's
picture
pocket
in case
watching.
you needed it.
He's
that
time
guy.
clock watching.
Flirting around with other team members.
I thought he
saw
was
that
talking about
girl
me.
Look at him.
He was like 30-minute bathroom breaks, maybe 15 minutes, all right, but not 30
Yeah.
minutes. Come on, bro.
But that's what
Come on.
he's that guy though.
He's that guy, right? Listen, he has to touch his nose because he has so much contempt. I think he's just embarrassed that he put himself as a slave for so long.
Yeah. Well, this is his state.
Doing
This is
shit.
Yeah.
who he is.
Walking around, not helping, flirting around with other team members, sitting in their fucking office,
Damn.
making themselves look busy.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Like
getting a
mop the same
flash
spot
on
on the
this
floor for like 15 minutes.
I'm getting a
Instead of talking
flash
to
on
my
this dude. This dude reads to me like a guy that went to boot camp
That has no
and
chin?
flunked out. No, to me, he went to boot camp and flunked out.
Oh.
He quit, but
Yeah.
he's heard of some discipline. He's been exposed to some discipline.
He didn't make it.
So now he's
Didn't
going
make
to
the
tell
cut.
the whole world how it's supposed to be done, but he
Uh-huh.
flunked out and didn't earn the title.
Like he didn't, and like Lindsay Smith says, "Who is this?" Well, this is Cynthia's ex. She had DM'd me this video.
We worked together for 12 years and I had to ditch him.
You're the one that the 20 year working for the company, but you wouldn't hoochie it out, so you didn't get the promotion.
But he was patrolling everybody.
That's right.
So
That's what
it's
attracted you to
crazy.
him, right?
Yeah. Because I was like, ooh, he takes notes. I take notes. Let's compare notes later tonight.
You too, Max.
Yeah, Max,
back to
does this
Cynthia's
mean
stream.
you're not going to come back? Because I hope so. I hope you do come back. So
Damn.
please come back.
I want to see Paul Enslaved and Max Extreme on the panel. That'd be interesting.
And like I said,
I'm
it's not
sorry.
weird.
I've
Next
seen
level up
what
and you got
Max Extreme looks like, and this guy much better looking than him.
Hey, Max Extreme has the guns. He has the gun show. 24-inch pythons, man.
Gun show with a spare tire around the middle.
Oh God. Hey man, that's my friend you're talking about.
team members, and that's it. Team members, managers, and above them were
Yeah, this is when we
IOs,
come up with this
inbound,
show. Come over here.
outbound, management, and then maintenance. And then obviously you got corporate and shit.
He's a
like
bisexual swinger.
But if you're just the bottom of the barrel team member, y'all get paid the fucking same. It don't matter if you've been there 2 years or 20 years. Y'all's getting paid the same. And I dedicated 12 fucking years to this company, man. 12
Damn,
fucking
12 years.
My wife put in 20 fucking years.
Damn.
For what? For fucking what? These
can't
companies
stand
don't give a
people like
shit. You could die tomorrow
I
and
know.
they'll have a moment of silence over their PA if you're lucky. If you were on their side, on their good side,
Uh-huh.
no matter how long you were there, you'll get maybe a minute of fucking silence and then they replace you the same day.
I call them
It's
E-ors.
corporation.
I
So
call
he
them
went-
E-ors.
So
They're
he
like
got a job.
E-or.
He got
Wait, hold
a
on,
job.
Ruck, hold on, Ruck. Excuse me, Ruck. Well, I want to get this new lingo. I like lingo slang. What did you call him?
Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, Eeyore.
Yeah,
yeah.
they're
Hi,
always
here we go.
sad. Everything's
Hi,
always
Pooh.
down.
Hi, Pooh.
Yeah, he's an Eeyore.
Or Snuffy from
Okay.
Snuffleupagus. What's it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, from
Snuffy.
Sesame Street.
Who's
Yeah.
Snuffy?
Okay,
On
no,
heroin.
number one, I have played the part of Eeyore in a show before, and you're right,
Eeyore.
he is very much an Eeyore.
He resonates with that. Yeah.
Number two, his wife was there for 20 years. He's been there
Mhm.
for 12 years. So he went to work and he married a woman that had been there for 8 years. And between them,
Yeah,
they
that was Tats, Lindsay.
they didn't figure it out. They didn't figure it out.
Yeah, I know.
No
Together.
one time to
Yo,
leave.
that's true, Ruck. How many years is that total?
He had 8
That's
years
20,
in.
20.
She had 8
uh,
years in. He
22
married her,
years.
and it took them 12 more years to figure
Damn.
out how fucked up it was.
Oh, these guys are lifers.
This tells me that
They're
the
a lifer.
IQ level here looks like the inability to grow facial hair.
Beauty's inwardly beauty, Max. So go fishing. Yeah. Yeah, that's true though. Ruck, good point. Like it took him that long to come up with it together.
He didn't
Like, what
know
the hell's
his
going on?
worth. He didn't.
He did not know his worth, yeah. Or have purpose.
or at least at the
Because
very
he's-
least know how to play the game. At the very
Right.
least,
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause there's a lot of game playing in life, on and off the clock.
jobs, the internet,
Jobs, yeah.
everywhere.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, the Hindus would call it Maya. This game of illusion that it's like a game of they think like the creator is trying to fool itself and thinking that all of us don't have a piece of God in us. It's like but this guy, he can't even go ahead.
I saw a quote that said reality only exists in human minds.
It's kind of deep right there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like animals don't think about reality. They just do.
Right. They're just in it, right?
Right.
I see a 20-year pension that got pulled out from under people right here.
Mhm. He's butthurt. Yeah.
And he's not looking at what he does have. And that's why I say he's a Eeyore. He's only looking at they don't do this, I have to do this, they lack, and he's not seeing he probably has seniority when it comes to vacation time. Even though you don't make the same. You don't if I've been here 20 years and somebody new walks in and makes the same, it doesn't happen. Not in corporate world, trust me.
Right.
He probably has a pension. He might even have a company that will match you a certain percent. So he has health insurance. He needs to stop. He has vacation time. He's not looking at it the right way.
Right. Yeah,
And if
he has all the benefits for sure.
And if he was worth a shit as an employee, he's going to get a letter of recommendation, if not a package when he leaves.
Right.
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 Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So going
And-
public
and-
like this is just fucking him if his future employers run into this.
Yeah, I have a feeling he's like a quote unquote entrepreneur, air quotes, whatever he's doing right now. Yeah. Yeah, by the way, Paul and Slave, you're always welcome, bro. You got this the clout status of like, yeah, pretty much whatever I'm talking about, you can come up. But yeah, and Lindsay too, you're more than welcome. Vengeful Truther, you guys. Let's go.
Incentive to work at these warehouse jobs anymore. And it's not just because of the lazy people that they're bringing in. And this is true. I've seen it across the board at this job, at this warehouse for 12 years. And my wife's seen it for 20 years.
Damn.
They bring in
22
the lazy
years.
people.
You think the company's actually like, okay, are you lazy? Are you gonna? Yeah, I am. Okay, you're perfect. What's he talking about, bro? We bring in the lazy people.
All they do is sit around on their phones, talking, bullshitting around, not getting the job done. And this isn't just Gen Z. This is fucking millennials.
Oh, he has smoke for everybody, guys.
Right.
Everybody. I'll talk about everybody. He's going like he's full on crash out, spraying the room.
And Xers, baby boomers.
Damn.
They're all fucking not working. None of them are.
None of them are working except you, huh?
Fucking baby
And you got maybe
boomers are at the age of
10%.
retirement.
What did you say about his arm? His tats?
No, I've said baby boomers are the new retirees now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my parents are both baby boomers. They're both retired. My dad with a double pension.
Well, and this is quite the mix of victim and virtue signal.
Mm-hmm. Where do you see the virtue signal, Keith?
Well, the aspect of he's better than everybody else. You know?
I see. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I have to say, if he's better than everyone else, then why is he not better off than everyone else?
Right. And also, too, Wheels, what you're saying about the baby boomers, it is kind of sad though that a lot of people that are like, you know, born 1960 and before, they have to get some of these, or they choose to get some of these menial jobs, you know. So I could see some older folks working these jobs when in the past you probably wouldn't have seen them on the line.
My dad was a coal miner. The great coal mine strike back in 92, 93 happened. He got offered a company job at another mine out of state, and he turned it down.
Mm-hmm.
And then part of the negotiations was the pensions for the workers that were on strike, and the company that my dad worked for lowered the time to where you got your pension, and if you were over that, you got penalized for it. It went from 20 years to 18 years. My dad had 18 and a half years. So he gets a half pension from that. But he was smart and knew that the strike was coming. About 2 years prior to that, he started going to night school, and 6 months after the strike ended, he had his apprenticeship as an electrician where he put in 22 years, and he gets a full pension from that.
Nice.
Okay, cool. So you're saying that after he was a coal miner, he transitioned into electrical work?
He did new construction, remodels, whatever the company that he worked for at the time had a contract for, and then some of that stuff started drying up, so he started doing union labor jobs.
Okay, so he's smart. Like he saw the writing on the wall and prepared. And but the thing is like I remember you mentioned before, like how you wanted to talk to your dad about stock car racing, I think, and he was like, "Nah, I don't want to be online or whatever." But like with that said, I don't think definitely you wouldn't be ranting on a YouTube video about it, about the bad things about being a coal miner or whatever. But did your dad ever complain after the fact? You hear him complain about like?
No, because now my oldest son is a coal miner and doing this exact same job that my dad did when he was underground.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, if anything, he's an inspiration. He's an inspiration to my son because my son wants to emulate his grandfather. He wants to be just like you.
You wants to be a racer too, right?
Yeah, but that
I said racer, not racist guy. Racer.
Yeah, he's got a car he's rebuilding now, and hoping he can run before the season ends. He's working 5-6 days a week in the coal mine, making bank. I mean, he's making good money, more money than my dad did back then.
Yeah, see, your son and your dad, they worked hard, but they also had hobbies and passions, right? I don't think you can't tell me this guy had a passion besides being a Karen at the grocery store.
No, oh God, no.
Whatever,
Unless his passion is look like a grandpa with that pipe hanging in his hand.
That pipe, I think he has a little Villalago on his hand and his face too. That Michael Jackson stuff going on.
10% of the workforce in there is doing 90%
And
of
interesting tattoos.
fucking work for the same fucking pay.
He has his lunch on his lip. He just spit out too. Chicken McNugget.
I took on a lot of the roles of management.
Wow, he did everything.
Startup meetings and shit.
Damn.
Not my own fault.
Can you imagine like a guy that worked on the line, loading the truck? He's doing whatever startup meeting. That sounds like you're like in the.
Sounds like a company Karen so far.
Right. Who's going? Are you going? Are you going to the meeting he started though? Who's going or who's laughing at him?
This guy's a punk, bro. Like I was about to laugh at the comments roasting. He turned off the comments, guys. Oh shit. This is hilarious. I knew you guys would let me down. Thank you, Chad and panel, on this one.
But like I said, my mind wasn't right because it was a good job
for
the first few years. It was worth going into back in 2010.
Long time ago.
And I kept getting tattoos thinking I was going to be the man.
You're thinking the girls that I flirt with, I wanted to flirt with them. They like my tattoos.
Management. And it starts at the top. People want to say, management want to say, well, if we could only get good workers in, that's like 50% of the freaking problem, man. Half the problem, if not more, the problem is them, the management.
It's like me, like he's talking to me right now. I'm pretending like I'm listening to him because I'm that guy under the Taurus Rising Act. I'll be comfortable. I'll let you get your shit off. But in my whole mind, I'm waiting for you to stop so I can say, like, bro, I feel what you're saying, but it's your choice to work there. It's your choice to work. Come on,
but
bro.
let's like we just talked about the people in customer service. Let's be honest, it's slim pickings out there for hardworking, good, high moral, company first mentality. So at this point, some companies are just putting warm bodies in positions, and that's not good. If you did take the time to figure out personality types, to figure out are you really going to be a good fit? Yeah. And then going off of that and not just take it, oh great, you work, let's do it.
Right, it's a good point. Just putting anybody up there, yeah. And I thought this man, I'm glad he's alive. God damn, Uncle Fatty, where the hell you been? He said, dude is freebasing white privilege at lunchtime, mainlining white powder at home alone. And that's our Uncle Fatty. Yeah, that's Uncle Fatty. Good to have you, bro. This guy's
they're the reason why people don't want to work for them, because they don't hold others accountable, and they sure as hell don't hold that same standard and hold themselves accountable. They don't want to get in there and help you out. I'm not saying all of them. There was a few managers in that company over 12 years. I can count on probably one or two hands out of hundreds, though. 10% were worth a damn. And those 10% of those managers that were worth a damn were overworked themselves, and their hands were tied. And there was shit they couldn't do. But the other 90%, the vast majority of management in these warehouse jobs,
How tall you think he is? Like 5'3"?
Well, I was wondering, does he have other videos, and is he Eeyore over there, or is just this a one-off? Not that we need to know right now, but
No. I was actually gonna go look at it like for a second after I watched this, but fuck it. Let's see we'll go back to that. Let's see his most recent video.
I'm still trying to figure out what's in his pipe.
Fucking.
why is his like? I'm trying to figure out. Does
Fucking,
he
like,
have the skin disease,
Indian
or is
spirit.
there something?
Yeah, Villago.
Yeah, okay.
Villago or some type of bleach.
Right.
Blotches or whatever.
Powdered donuts.
What is good, everyone? Hopefully you're well.
This is the last video from 2 months ago. It says everyone in America is angry, unhappy, and hates life in 2025. Jesus. Yeah.
So history was made just a couple days ago. And we can learn something from the sports entertainment industry. And I was watching a Washington Capitals and New York Islanders hockey game. And Alex Ovechkin surpassed Wayne Gretzky for the most scores in NHL history to the opposing team has come out. But it just goes to show that there are good people out there.
10%.
Even if it's hard to find kindness, maybe we should try to be that kindness out into the world.
You don't see like he practiced that. Look at all these pictures. He's like yelling and all these.
Yeah. How many subs does he have?
A lot. 10. About 11,000, a little under 11,000. Because look at Cynthia. He got 429,000 off this video. The first one we're watching.
Which really?
Yeah.
I'll bet he
Everyone needs to
cusses
prepare to be
people when
homeless.
he's driving.
What the hell?
I'll bet he cusses at people from his car while he's driving. But
yeah, he does. Dude.
And those at the drive-thru, they really get a good cussing out if they take too long to order.
My thought. I hate black people. What the hell? This video. Okay. Second lockdown.
Yeah, it seems like this is his.
Oh, he's red pill. It says. Okay. Wait. Look at this one. Masculinity defined. Check this out.
This is going to be good.
What is good, men? Today we are going to go Brokeback Mountain style.
Wait, what?
Best laugh all you want. Get your jokes out now down in the comments. I got some thick skin. I can deal with it.
No, you don't. You don't do the
Today,
comments.
let's talk about, gentlemen, what it means to actually be a man.
I know.
You picked a hat that makes you look like
no
a
shortage of information and no shortage of a culture that wants to define what masculinity means. And a lot of that looks like superficial stuff. A lot of that looks like status, money, cars, houses, how big your bank account is, how big other things are, your physique, your looks, all these other superficial things about what it means to be a man. Maybe it's your, the level you are in your corporate world and the corporate status. Maybe, being a man looks like how many women.
What's up, Lawrence? This is Cynthia's a person that she used to be roommates with, and they ended up falling in love, and they had a big falling out at work. So we're watching his drama right now, Lawrence.
Yeah. And he's telling me
on
the
YouTube, though.
definition of a man.
Mm-hmm.
This guy buys a hat that doesn't work for him while he sits in a vehicle that doesn't work for him.
Right.
Look at the
You think
vehicle
this is like a
he's in.
Subaru?
I'm looking at it. It's like, dude, you're not even tough enough for your wannabe truck. Quit it.
It's crossover. Not Allen Iverson crossover, huh?
And you've been
I thought you were gonna say he pays for ass. I heard the It's like, whoa, he pays for ass?
Your body count. There's a lot of things that culture and society will define or try to
I think
define.
I showed Shadow one of his videos, and he's like, "This guy an incel."
What does it mean to be actually a man? And there's no shortage also in our culture today of men.
No, she didn't date him. I can't
gender.
even pull up the. He did not date him.
So there's that.
That I know
However,
of. He's an innie.
What
I like that
think
innie.
being a man is a man that has characteristics
Okay.
that are virtuous.
Okay.
And what that looks like is a man that has integrity.
Yes, I agree.
Even when
Marry
nobody
the
is
chick
around.
that's
Even
been
when
there for 8
nobody.
years.
What's that?
Marry the chick that's been there 8 years.
Over there
longer
8 years.
than you have.
Dude, look at his finger. It's like a Oompa Loompa. You see how thick it is and the girth on it, but it's so short.
That's not right.
What
That's
is
not right.
happening? He's married. He's definitely married. Maybe.
He's married, yes. Yeah. Like somebody chopped off his index finger.
What?
It looks short.
Is looking. You do what's right. That's something
I
that we
agree with
all
that.
struggle with, something that I think that we all need to work on, myself included. It's
Mhm.
not always easy. But it also looks like, having respect, having a form of being selfless.
This
and
guy
doing
looked like
things
he's been
for other
watching too
people rather
many
than
Grid
being
1 videos.
selfish for
Shout out to Grid
ourselves.
1.
I don't understand
Being a man
why
looks
he's
like
wearing
having
a hat like that.
integrity
He's wearing a brown
and having
t-shirt. when
courage
he's obviously
to do what's
never
right.
been enlisted. He's not a veteran. Why is he trying to look like one?
He's in the outback gonna go visit Lady
Yeah,
Luck or
he's doing it. He's doing it like cowboy.
Lady Luck.
That's
Yeah,
supposed
so-
to be a cowboy hat.
That's what that's what it's supposed to be. Yeah. Shout out to Lady Luck. Yeah.
That's
He
not a
thinks he's like
cowboy hat, though.
But the front, I've never seen a cowboy hat that looks so wrinkled in the front. The brim.
Right, he looks
There are
Australian.
There are some dudes
Right.
that just are wimps and should not wear hats. He's one of them.
Oh,
Let's see.
I didn't even
Stick
think
to
about
that. Yeah. Stick to that cap. That baseball cap is a better look for him. Huh?
Yeah,
Because
the
Benjamin,
baseball cap
aesthetics
was a
are
better look
important.
for it
My
because
son.
the baseball cap could have been like a soccer team, so he could have been soft.
He said soccer.
Right. To stand up for what's right, stand up for injustice, stand up for truth.
Okay,
even
listen to his
when
message though. Trying to
get a
get
lot of
past the
pushback.
other stuff. Why would you get
Being a
pushback
man
for
looks
standing
like
for truth?
putting the well-being and taking on the responsibility of other people's well-being before your own. Now that can look like family, that can look like
Being a man.
Here's my question.
This is your
If that's
silly
what it
attitudes.
is, if that is that important to him, why does he have so much time to sit in the car and talk about it? Why isn't he out in the world affecting people in a positive way?
We'll say like, well, this is what I'm using YouTube for, to affect people in a positive way. Maybe his wife doesn't want him in the house. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't want to be in the house with her.
No, I want to see what she looks like. That's what I'm curious. But yeah, there's something to be said about now. If he's making these videos like 2 times a day, that's kind of strange. But it doesn't look like he does it that frequently. To be fair,
Does he do
It's not
shorts?
he is short.
No.
No,
I
just
feel like
videos.
he's
These
a male
videos in the
Karen.
car.
I feel like he's a male Karen. He's going to tell
Yeah.
you that you're
Yeah.
walking your child and your dog past his house the wrong way.
Oh, Ruck, check this out. Look, you remember you said about this whole military when I run this where it says "let them try." You see him with the canteen.
Uh-oh.
Look
He
at
has props.
I
Give
roast
him
this.
shout out for that.
Let me see if I can get it on here. I think he is a LARP.
Show me, Marine. Show me.
Let me
What
see.
you got, Devil Dog.
Let me see. Double Dog, yes, sir. November 10th. There we go.
do a couple verses as we wait between now and
He's a
then
Christian
to help
too,
us
of
find
course.
the will of God. James 1:5 says, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that given to all men. and it
He's
will
in
be
the
given
Sonic
unto
parking
you."
lot.
Psalms 31:3 says, for you are my rock and my fortress. Therefore, for your
Is he
name's
literally
sake,
in the
you lead
Sonic
me
parking
and guide
lot?
me.
That's
Proverbs
hilarious.
3:5-6 says, trust in the Lord with all of your heart
What was it?
and lean not on
Makes
your
you wonder
own
if you're listening
understanding.
to him on
In
the
all the
intercom
ways
inside.
acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. Matthew 5, verse 14
This song with
says,
the
"You are
water.
the light of the
Yeah.
world, a city that is set on a hill that
Where is
cannot
that?
be hidden."
Here's
And
Pastor.
last, Romans 8:31. What
I
shall
passed
we
it.
then
Oh.
say to these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? So my encouragement today for you, my friend, is to not put your trust into these people who do evil.
You
For
should be
their
over
day
here
is
with
coming. Wake up. You would
You're evil. Here you go. Watch this.
believe
This is
and
for you
trust
guys.
in their own government.
Andrew Wilson over here.
Now, granted,
He did that little look. You see that? That little look, like I'm cool.
I want to go get a pipe.
now, the world's population believes and trusts.
By the way, he hit it with like a punk too. Like I'm hitting it, trying to look cool. I'm gonna take like it's the last inhale of creation. I'm gonna do the dragon through the nose. You know, blow
His
it out
dad
like Puff the Magic.
or his grandpa
in their
smoked
own
a pipe,
government.
I bet.
Yeah, he did. Watch this little look. This little look. Watch.
Yep. That's like,
I'm cool.
Now, granted,
I'm cool.
that's
Thumbnail.
not the majority of people. I understand that. But 40%.
Oh, here you go for you guys. Ruck. That's battle ready right there. You see that?
Our own thoughts. What an amazing day that will be when God puts an end
Look at
to
this.
all of the evil that we are seeing in the world around us today.
This is
Yes, soy
killing
in
me.
there.
This is killing me. He's probably got chocolate milk or some shit.
Chocolate soy guy.
I want to share with you a couple verses as we wait between now and then to help us find the will of God.
Live action Freemason.
James 1:5 says, "If any of you
He's a
lack
TikToker,
wisdom,
huh?
let him ask of
Because
God,
fresh water tastes
that
so
given
much
to all
better
men,
on old
and it will be
plastic,
given
right?
unto you." Psalm
Yeah.
31:3 says, "For you are my rock and my fortress.
Disrespectful, Ruck. He's
Therefore,
disrespecting your service.
for your name's sake,
Thank you for your service,
lead
sir.
me and guide me." Proverbs 3:5-6
Thank
says,
you for your
"Trust in the Lord
service,
with
Rock.
all of your heart."
Cynthia.
I'm telling you,
he's a brother in
Eeyore.
Christ.
And even though Eeyore is a fictional character, all of those characters are written off of personality types. So that's
Yes.
how I always
So
use
he's Eeyore's the what?
Yes, indeed they are. Indeed they are.
it. Yeah.
So who's Eeyore?
The always something's wrong. It's not gonna work.
No, yeah. No, I'm talking about personality. Like,
Oh,
what
I'm
would,
not sure. I just know to stay away from those people because they'll bring you down. They'll pull you down.
You're right.
You
cloud.
you have to limit your time with them. You can't completely ignore them because they need somebody, but you can't allow them too close because they'll bring you down.
They will bring you down. This is my son. My son showed me some funny things on YouTube when he watches some of these shorts. Like, here's one. Check this out.
The Pooh theory? I don't think so. It's that all the characters in Winnie the Pooh are mental disorders that children deal with. They're all of Christopher Robin's mental disorders personified. Think about it. Piglet, definitely anxiety. How he's always so nervous. And he says, "Oh dear," all the time. And Winnie the Pooh, eating disorder. Fatty. All the honey he's eating. And Tigger's pretty obvious too. Bouncing around on his tail all the time. He's all over the place. That's ADHD. Yep. The rabbit, always trying to keep up with its garden. That's OCD right there. And the owl thinking it's wiser than everyone else just because it's an owl. That's narcissism. And then the most obvious one, Eeyore. I bet you can guess what that is. Depression. Yep. So every character is supposed to be a different mental disorder. And then if you go a notch above that, Christopher Robin also has a mental disorder for imagining all of these friends, which would be schizophrenia. Oh, yeah.
Holy.
It's fucking dope. That's
I
crazy.
wonder if that guy is depressed. And does this mentality, is this a result of the depression? Or is depression a result of this mentality?
Actually, as an actor and as a student of the craft, this is how we would break it down in the beginning for the actors to know where to begin
He's a
building
good
their
novel.
character.
Knowing their
This is-
character, you have to know your
this-
character.
This
Huh?
is just where you begin building. Okay, so this character suffers from this. How do we make this character more than just this one thing? It's the basis of character building when you break it down like that. It's
Yeah.
ugly. That's what we do.
Yeah, the Tao Poo. Yeah, no, but Ruck. Speaking of that, Ben got the role I was telling you about. Did I mention that? Like he was, he
he
got it.
was up for it.
Yeah.
Outstanding, man. That's
So he-
fantastic.
So him and Mom are Miss NBC. They're gonna go down to the next city, the big city, and they're gonna this afternoon. They're gonna shoot the scene.
Remember, big choices, buddy.
That's right. Yep. Yeah, he has to. I had actually the little what we're talking about kind of helped me out to kind of coach him lightweight because he had to cry for the scene. He has to cry for the scene. So yeah.
Okay. Well.
So yeah.
What's where's he gonna live if Mommy dies tomorrow?
Oh my God.
What?
No, but he's right. This is the
Where's he gonna live
method.
if Mommy dies tomorrow? Man,
Oh,
you look into that and then you deliver your lines. Your lines are, "My dog died," and if you're thinking, "Where am I gonna live if Mommy dies tomorrow?" You're gonna get
Jesus
that part.
Christ.
You're gonna get that role. I'm telling you, this
That's
is how
the-
it works.
Yeah, that's the sad truth. Sometimes the hard, bitter truth of acting. He's right, man. Even a kid or not, in order to express these emotions, yeah. He's like, what? Yeah. What do they call that? Method acting?
What do you think? The best actor you ever thought just thinks to himself, "I need to cry now"?
Yeah.
No, I
He has
definitely
to have
understand. I was
motivation for those tears.
Yeah.
I was
Go ahead,
thinking
Cynthia.
about the method
Meryl Streep
actors.
doesn't just say, "I'm going to be sad now."
I was thinking about them, and that has to take a toll.
Yes,
on
I would think
their
so for
mental
sure.
health. It
For
has
sure.
to.
Why do you think we're all crazy?
Mm,
Oh,
Hey, speak for
y'all are.
yourself.
yeah. Yeah.
You'll have to become those different characters, and I can only imagine how far someone goes mentally to be that other character.
Yeah.
my
Heath Ledger
wife-
died doing
my
the Joker.
wife has literally had to remind me. My wife has literally had to remind me, "You're home. The show's over, asshole."
Right. And
It's-
I've often thought about that because during
Nice, Susan.
filming,
It's
There you
you
go.
and me and the dog, asshole. Get your
Look at-
head where your ass is.
Look, you
And I
guys.
go,
he-
wow, my head is not where my ass is. And I
He's a
had
cross
to
dummy.
get him back. in the
right,
same
Rook. We're seeing it firsthand with you and Wizard. Look at Wizard. He's a bit of an actor. Like here, all the different personalities. This guy, he's a maniac, man. He's cycling through all of them, man. Yeah.
Problem is, this guy believes in the character he's portraying.
Oh shit. Yeah.
that's the mental.
Oh god, not that one.
Yeah.
This is why. Hey, this is why Ruck, you enjoy your pool time. It's so sacred. That's disturbing, that one right there. Yeah.
You guys enjoy my pool time because I'm finally out of your hair.
Oh my god. Yeah. So yeah, actually I gotta go downstairs and get ready, help him get ready.
Alright.
I appreciate you guys coming up.
Thank you. It was a good stream,
Amazing.
good conversation.
Yes, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you guys. It's awesome.
Tell Ben he's got union actors behind him rooting for him. We got him.
I appreciate that.
Hi, niece.
Ruck and Mrs. Ruck, everyone else for all your support in the
Shout out
chat.
to Mrs. Ruck.
Musa. Yeah. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.
You Wheels. I saw what you put up, and I'm
Bye,
like,
Cynthia.
"I must
Pleasure.
have missed something."
Yeah.
I'll explain it to you one of these days.
Yeah, Wheels.
Y'all take care. Y'all be well. Y'all take care. Thanks for letting us
Right.
up here, NPC. You're the man,
Oh,
Gabe.
Mr. Ruck, you better come up almost every time, bro. I love when you come up. Appreciate you. All right.
Yes, be blessed. Thanks again, brother.
Be blessed. Thank you, Pearl, for blessing us. Yeah. Yeah, Wheels. That was a great stream, AI stream. That was awesome. Yeah. So this was an awesome stream. Best daydream ever. Tomorrow will be awesome as well. We're Yakub Maxon. You know, everyone wants to talk about Yakub and the Yakub story, and it'll be interesting to talk about it because there's definitely a big push of younger white creators doing stories about it, and I was like thinking about like why is that, right? But anyway, so we'll talk about that tomorrow. But today was great. It was awesome. Let me see. I want to get this comment right here. Uncle Fatty, I'm referring to our friend in the car. I'm telling y'all, these assholes want to usher in the War of Armageddon because Jeebus can come back until after the war. They have been working hard and manifesting prophecy, and shit don't work that way. It don't, man. It ain't gonna work. Now, their distortion may manifest as something disgusting and gangrenous, but it ain't gonna last, man. Love is where it's at, as well as being mindful too, right? I mean, you can love everything, but if you don't have your head on a swivel in the so-called end times, you're gonna get hit in the mouth. So love, but also be aware as well. All donations accepted by Super Chat, Super Tickers, memberships, and Buy Me a Coffee link at buymeacoffee.dirtshed. All donations greatly appreciated, just like the great Markella's tireless work is here in this channel. Appreciate you all. Have a great rest of the day, everyone. Be safe, peace, and keep working hard, okay? Be great with each other. I like that. Be great with each other. All right. Much love, everybody. Go Ben for sure. Way to go. I mean, he did great with his finals, and now he's doing what he enjoys doing, you know, the arts of acting. So we'll see you next time here on NBC The Game Live. Peace, guys. Love you, Ben.
Thank you.